Hey guys, my name is Jeff Rojas and you're watching Kiss Photo. Now, like a lot of you, I have a very limited advertising budget. I personally can't justify the expense of running long campaigns on Facebook and Google AdSense in order to promote my work. I also live in New York City. Competition's everywhere. There's a ton of photographers here. So how do I separate myself from the crowd? How do I market my work, especially on a budget? Well, it's pretty simple. I'm gonna share 5 ways that I'm marketing my photo business for under $50 right after this. The first idea is become a guest author. It shouldn't cost you anything more than time. The easiest way for you to market your business is to use somebody else's brand to build your own. It's a fairly simple concept. Most sites make their money through advertising and affiliate links. Basically, the more traffic they get, the more money they make. And how do you drive traffic to a major blog site? New content, more content. Blogs are always looking for new content. I mean, there's no secret about that. Heck, I write for F-Stoppers, and F-Stoppers is a great resource site for photographers of all levels of experience. Now, how does that affect my brand? How does it benefit me? Well, my business is divided into 3 segments. I have my commercial work, my private portrait sessions, and teaching. And writing for F-Stoppers allows me to reach hundreds of thousands of photographers my teaching brand just hasn't reached yet. Through that same network, I've had the chance to meet a lot of you all around the globe at different lectures that I've held throughout the year. How could you replicate that? Well, what type of photography are you into? You need to figure out who the big hitters are in your line of photography. And for example, if you were a wedding photographer, what could you write that would benefit a company, the brides, and yourself? How about 5 tips for photo-friendly makeup for brides? That gives you a great way for you to market to new brides. It helps the company, and it gives you a new list of potential clients you might not have otherwise access to. So find blogs that are relevant to your line of work, find what they're missing, and write it. On a side note, F-Stoppers does take user-submitted content. So if you have content you want to share with the world, don't forget to submit your article ideas to them. I'll leave that link below. It's 2015, everyone's sending unsolicited emails, and if you're like me, your inbox is probably flooded with marketing ideas and new ideas and products and just general stuff, and you're deleting it, just like I am. And if this is the only way you're marketing your business, you're doing it completely wrong. Think of the way your grandparents did it, mailers and cold calls. Before you say that it doesn't work, I don't want to do it, hear me out. According to Harvard Business Review, direct mail has a 25% response rate compared to 23% for emails. And it really could mean the difference between a client or 2 by the end of the month. It's a big deal if you're trying to get an extra client or 2. In regards to cold calls, don't think telemarketing cold calls because everyone hates those. It's 2015. There's smarter, more efficient, and effective ways of communicating with people. And if you do this right, it shouldn't cost you a dime. So take some notes and listen up. You need to qualify your leads. That means you need to figure out who the person who decides to hire you is. You need to know who they are. If you don't know, it's not benefiting you. It doesn't matter if it's a private portrait client or a commercial client, it works the same. So how do you do that? Well, I personally use social media sites like LinkedIn and Facebook in order to find these people and establish relationships. And they're people, and don't forget that. I said people. You can't forget that you're trying to build relationships with total strangers, and that takes time. You can't just email people saying, hey, hire me, and for them to say, hey, sure, why not? Let's make this happen. It doesn't work that way. Acknowledge their successes, make them aware that you exist without looking creepy. It's all about baby steps, and I look at it this way. If you're trying to date someone and you just walk up to a random person and say, hey, will you marry me? Most normal people are probably just gonna walk away or run away. Once your contact is aware of your existence, pick up the phone, try calling them. At that point, it's a lot easier for you to promote yourself and promote your work. Remember, this is all about saving money. While using this marketing technique does take time, it doesn't cost you a single cent. I also quarterly send out mailers to display new work that I've done to people I would love to hire me for projects. I do that for both private clients and portrait clients. It's the same thing. So with about $25, I can pick up about 50 of these postcard-sized mailers from Miller's Lab, mail those out to people I've already qualified as potential clients. Now, if you guys choose to go through Miller's, know that you can have them relabel the envelopes, but I personally like handwritten ones better, only because it shows extra attention to detail. It's more personable. So those of you that are doing the math, it cost me about $25 for 50 mailers. The cost of postage here in the United States is 49 cents a piece. It's just under 50 bucks. And if you guys need mailer templates because you don't know how to make them on your own, I have them available for free on my site, and I'll post that link below. The third option, do it for free. While a lot of photographers may not agree, I personally think it's okay to do very limited things for free. You can't do everything for free because then you're gonna be poor and then you're gonna be a starving artist, and we don't want that. But you can do very selective things for free. You just can't, you gotta figure out what benefits you. And I personally look at it this way. What am I benefiting by doing a project with XYZ company for free? What's in it for me? What's in it for my business? If it's not worth my time, I politely decline and just walk away. You can't do everything for credit. For example, I shoot a lot of fashion editorials for free. Why? Well, when they're published, they reach the right demographic of people that I want to reach. They reach art directors and photo editors and agencies that I otherwise might not have access to, might not know I exist. And it takes me more time to call them or send them mailers. So I let the magazine and their marketing efforts benefit me. So it's a win-win situation in that regard. Now, if you're not willing to do it for free, at least do it for a good cause. At least you're donating your time for something. The second way is to collaborate and network. Whether you're in a small town, a big town, it doesn't matter. You need to know the right people. There's a ton of great photo organizations held and events held out throughout the year to get acquainted with other photographers. You have PPA and ASMP and APA for organizations, conferences like WPPI in Vegas, PDN in New York City. Make friends, meet people. While some of these people may not be beneficial for your line of photography, there's a ton of other people that are quickly foster into friendships. And do you know who friends call when they can't make an event or a wedding? Other friends. That's how I look at things. Do you guys know who photographers know? Photographers know makeup artists and hairstylists and ad agents that you otherwise might not have access to. Seriously, go out there, go make some friends, meet people, network. That's what this is about. Now, most photo organizations cost less than $50 a month. And I know to a lot of you that sounds really expensive, but organizations like PPA come with some sort of insurance to protect your gear. The last, the best, the greatest way, create great content. The most important idea of all is just create great content. It could be $50 or $5,000. It's really up to you, however much you want to spend on it. It sounds really simple, but it's true. You need to create great content in order to market your work. Spend time constantly updating your portfolio, making it better and better. Nothing markets your work better than better imagery. Nothing. Use $50 for props or locations. For instance, I know that there's this great place just outside of Vegas to rent for about $10 an hour. You can take that same $50 and go to a secondhand store and you'll find a ton of things to buy. Or take that same $50 and go to a craft store and let your creativity go wild. Whatever you choose to do with that $50, spend it on making your images better than they were before. So what ideas do you guys have to market your photography for under $50? I'd love to hear them. If you guys enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great weekend.